Assalamualaikum, madam. We are from Group 8, Diploma in Banking, and today our group gonna discuss about question 8. Without further ado, let's start. There are 5 members in our group, and I'm the leader of the group. My name is Hanie Melissa Lim Enshi, and my metric number is 069924.
My name is NURFARAH IZZATI binti ROHAIZAL and my metric number is 071229.
My name is SYAMIZA binti MOHAMAD AZLAN. My matrix number is 071577.
My name is SITI NURAQILAH HANANI binti Muhammad JAMAL. My matrix number is 071251.
My name is ANNISA binti HAFEZ and my metric numbers is 0703 and 94.
This is question 8, and you can pause to read it. Without further ado, let's start. Now I'm gonna talk about the acknowledgement of our topic. Contract law generally means that the party accept the term or condition of the contract. From the case, it shows that Encik Azni has read, understood, and agreed to the term and conditions set out in the contract. In the case given, it can be shown that Encik Azni signed the written agreement setting out the term and condition for the transfer of the title of the house to Puan Hamirah upon payment, as an acknowledgement of that agreement and the contents of the acceptance. Besides, Puan Hamirah is in a good position to prove that the existence of a binding contract because of the sanction imposed by the signed contract. This evidence shows that Encik Azni knew and accept the term of the agreement. Encik Azni's determination to retain his sides of the deal, for which Puan Hamirah's house was granted title after she paid, is reflected in these admissions, which is important. Encik Azni refuses to surrender the title to the house in accordance with the term agreed upon constitute a breach of contract, and Puan Hamirah claimed to possesses the term agreed upon constitutes necessary evidence of contractual conflict or law in the settlements of the act relating to the contract. That's all from me. I will pass to the next person.
Now I'm gonna talk about introduction. The preamble to the given scenario will set out the identity of the parties. Usually, this included: first, identification of states, identification of Encik Azni and Puan Hamirah as parties to the agreement. 2. Location identification. The matrimonial home in Jalan Paya Rambai, which is jointly owned by Encik Azni and Puan Hamirah and has a rent description. 3. Contract description. The contract between Encik Azni and Puan Hamirah has been summarized. For example, Encik Azni's agreement to transfer the title of the house to Puan Hamirah by waiving Azni's outstanding rent, while agreeing to pay him monthly maintenance fees. Contract law governs the rights and obligations of the parties to a general contract that is the basis for a legal contract. In drafting a written agreement that details the transfer process, it is important to understand the nuances of acceptance and contractual obligations, as in Encik Azni and Puan Hamirah, which is analytical for the purpose of this topic. It is based on written contract signed by Encik Azni, setting out the terms and conditions of the transfer. Upon completion of the agreed payment, Puan Hamirah will receive title to the house from Encik Azni. This agreement, signed by Encik Azni as a ransom, is the focus of this analysis. The scenario emphasizes the signed contract as a key document in this analysis, suggesting that the legal implication and enforceability of the agreement will be central to understanding the rights and responsibilities of both parties involved.
In contract law, the concept of acknowledgement is extremely important. The stipulations stated in this agreement are expressly acknowledged by Encik Azni's signature. By doing this, he showed that he understands the terms and that he is going to agree with them. This creates a legally binding agreement. And then, Puan Hamira is in a good position to prove the existence and contents of the contract because of Encik Azni's acknowledgement in the signed agreement. The agreed open terms serve as proof confirming the shared understanding and promise made by both sides. But when Puan Hamira finished the payment and Encik Azni refused the terms of the agreement, basically refusing to transfer title of the property. Further investigation is necessary because this behavior is a breach of contract and raises questions about the legal ramification of acceptance, breach of contract, and the requirement for a formal agreement in contractual dispute. This study specifically aims to navigate the complexity of contract law by analyzing the significance of contractual obligation and contracts used in the transfer of property through a discussion of the case study of Encik Azni and Puan Hamira. The issue we get for the situation: whether Puan Hamira have legal grounds to compel Encik Azni to fulfill the agreed open transfer of the house title despite his refusal after the conditions of the agreement were met.
Now I will talk about law. Under contract law principles, agreements are considered binding when they meet certain criteria, including offer, acceptance, consideration, intention to create legal relation, and certainty of terms. A written agreement signed by both parties is strong evidence of their intention and is typically enforceable by law. A breach of contract occurs when one of the parties does not carry out their part of the agreement. In such case, the party who was harmed may pursue legal remedies to remedy breach, such as damage, cash award for loss sustained because of the breach, specific performance requiring the party in violation to carry out their obligation as stipulated, or other equitable remedies permitted by law. In this scenario, Puan Hamira and Encik Azni entered into a written agreement that clearly outlined their respective responsibilities. Encik Azni agreed to transfer to Puan Hamira a prior mortgage payment. However, fulfilled his obligation by refusing to transfer the house title, despite the completion of the agreed upon condition. This refusal by Encik Azni constitutes by breach of their contract. She may take legal action to force Encik Azni to transfer the house title in accordance with the agreement, such as by requesting specific performance. She may also pursue damage or other equitable remedies to make up of loss she suffered because of Encik Azni breach of the agreement. To defend her right and pursue the proper legal remedies in this case, it will be essential for her to obtain legal counsel and provide the necessary paperwork.
Based on question 8, the key of the agreement is consideration. Consideration describes the exchange of something of value between the parties. Consideration is necessary for a promise to be enforceable under the law. This value either can be tangible like money and service, or intangible like promise to do or to give something, and it has something of value that each side offer or consent to offer in return for the commitment made by the other. Consideration was chosen is based on situation that happened because Encik Azni promised to pay Puan Hamira 3,000 ringgit in monthly maintenance. This shows Encik Azni's obligation consideration on his part, while Puan Hamira also agreed to pay the outstanding mortgage payment. Secondly, the parties has made a written agreement signed by Encik Azni. The written agreement serves as evidence and act of the contractual arrangement and the consideration involved. Thirdly, breach of contract because Encik Azni failing to perform the requirement of the contract to transfer the ownership title to Puan Hamira after she fulfilled the contract to pay the outstanding mortgage payment. The advice that Puan Hamira can use is Puan Hamira can sue Encik Azni for specific performance, requesting a court order require him to transfer the house ownership to her name in accordance with the terms of the agreement. Next, as an alternative, Puan Hamira may pursue financial damages to make up for the house diminished worth as a result of Encik Azni breach. Knowledge of consideration function in contract law has improved Puan Hamira's legal position. Her argument for upholding the contract or filing a lawsuit for breach of contract damages is strengthened by the existence of reciprocal commitment and both parties' fulfillment of their obligation. However, in order to successfully negotiate the complex rule and regulation of Malaysia's unique contract and legal system, it is imperative that you obtain legal advice from an experienced expert.
The conclusion of the situation. Puan Hamira has the legal right to enforce the terms of the agreement. She can seek reminders for Encik Azni's breach, such as specific performance to compensate the transfer of the house title as agreed. Additionally, Puan Hamira might pursue damage or other equitable reminders due to Encik Azni's failure to comply with the contract terms. Gathering relevant documentation and seeking legal advice to initiate legal proceedings will be crucial in enforcing her rights under the contract.